Good evening, good afternoon, good night. We are the Melanated Council, and we stream every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and wherever you are in the world. If we are live, then we are streaming. Yeah, unfortunately, we weren't able to stream last week because it was 4th of July. So we took that day off because everywhere was off, you know? It's good to celebrate. Um, but yeah, we are back. And as always, please like, subscribe, and enjoy the show. And please share. Should actually add that. Like, subscribe, share, and enjoy the show. I don't know if it's gonna update live. Oh, snap. That's awesome. 1 point for Restream.io. So, because this is a new month and we weren't able to introduce the topic last week due to it being a national holiday, we are going to be talking about money. Sorry for like Restream, I guess did an update and it kind of changed its layout a bit, so I'm just getting kind of used to that. I guess they're just trying something on to see if it'll fit. Not sure how I feel, but whatever. I can't do anything about it. They changed it, so I have to live. Hey, Chad. Hey, how have you been? How was your 4th? How was your weekend? How was your life? So, for those of you who are new, we usually, every month we have a topic that we, delve into, each Tuesday. And this month's topic is we're doing a little slightly different spin on money because we spoke about money a couple of months ago, but a couple of months ago we were more so talking about our personal relationship with money, in terms of like saving and just everyday life, paying bills, going on dates and things like that. So, but this month for money, we're talking about in like more of a bigger, broader perspective. We're gonna definitely not today, but this month we're definitely gonna talk about billionaires, capitalism, AI. Um, Tonight we're gonna more so delve into how money can kind of like affect relationship dynamics. There's been a lot of talk about, like Kiki Palmer and Jonah Hill's girlfriend and things like that, and just like kind of money and like celebrity and relationships and like how money can kind of be used as like like a tool for like manipulation and also just like money and relationships in terms of like your own like family and everything. Hey, got a haircut, cleaned the stove, made plans for the weekend, looking up. Nice, nice. No, I feel you. Like cleaning the stove, especially like cleaning the oven, like cleaning the whole range is definitely something to brag about. So I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. I feel you. I totally feel you on that. And hey, looking clean, got yourself a haircut. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, we usually like to just kind of talk about our weekends, our weeks, any updates in our life before we get to the actual topic, just to kind of lighten up the mood. Not that occasionally we talk about negative things, but we try not to. Try to keep it upbeat here. I and also, we're waiting on our other two hosts. So, yeah, they should be coming on, I don't know, hopefully within the next half an hour or so. As always, we got lives, we got jobs, we got bills to pay, we got things to do, we got lives to live, just like last week with 4th of July. So speaking of which, my 4th of July was actually a lot of fun. I went to like my boyfriend's friend's place I had seasoned jerk chicken and, had it marinating overnight, brought it over, they grilled it, and it was well received, which I'm really happy about because, like, I got to meet, like, more of my boyfriend's friends, so it's like, "Okay, I'm gonna have to bring something, and it's gonna have to taste good because I can't just bring something and it just be terrible." And it would just I don't know, it would just look bad. So, I was like, "Well, what's easy?" Like, seasoning jerk chicken, like, yeah, seasoning jerk chicken is really, really easy, because, like, there's just literally a jerk chicken seasoning that, you just rub on the chicken and then you just let it marinate overnight, but there's been times when I've made jerk chicken and I didn't season it enough and it didn't taste like much, and there's times when I've seasoned it way too much and it just felt like my mouth was on fire. So, I guess there is an art to it, but, uh, it's not the biggest art, it's kinda like throwing paint at a wall. We just have to know how much paint to actually throw at the wall to make it look like art. But yeah, it was well received, so I was happy about that. Um, it was a lot of fun. We played some games. Well, then one of my good friends, she got a hotel in downtown Fort Lauderdale on the beach, and so I drove over there, and parking was an absolute mess, but I still managed to find parking, which was great. And yeah, it was nice just hanging out with my friends, watching the fireworks because she had like a corner hotel room. Yeah, it was really nice. It was really sweet. Very pretty hotel. I always think about, just booking a hotel, for like a weekend or something because sometimes it's nice to I think that's the better way to do a staycation, just booking a local hotel, not a crazy hotel, a local hotel. Um, just kind of, especially on the beach because South Florida, we fortunately do have some really nice beaches, but I guess because, like, I, live here, I don't really care that much, but it's definitely a different vibe when book a hotel and, stay the night and, you don't really have to worry about driving back. Like, it's nice. It's definitely a different vibe. I remember, for a bachelorette party, my friend, like, she did a hotel in, like, Miami Beach. It was it was fun, it was just, like, I don't know. Miami Beach for me is just kinda like I have a love-hate relationship with Miami, anyone except people in Miami would probably agree with me, because it's mad touristy, it's just hella packed, it's driving is just absolutely abysmal, like, traffic is so bad. It's, like, I think one of the worst places in the United States, I think it's, like, in top 10 is Miami, and I believe it with every fiber of my being. Like, if you go down to Miami, you have to make it an entire day. You can't just pop into Miami and then leave, you can't do that. No, it's like it has to be illegal or something because no matter how hard you try, you can't because 'cause you're gonna be stuck in traffic for, like, an hour and a half. It's absolutely disgusting, but it was fun. The beach was absolutely gorgeous in Miami, and, this was, like, several years ago, and yeah, the beach was absolutely gorgeous, and it was also just cool meeting people from, like, all over the state, all over the country, all over the world, because Miami is just worldwide. Hey, welcome, welcome. How's it going? Uh, Why? May I ask? I don't know if you're setting me up for something. I don't know, I work in tech, so I'm always skeptical. May I ask why? Anyway. Yeah, well, welcome newcomer. Definitely let me know, how was your weekend? How was your week? How was your 4th? This is yeah. Let me see, like, what else has Walter White over here. Let me let me think, like, what else? Oh, my my name right here, Prime Day. So, I know it's kinda random, but yeah, today is Prime Day. Today and tomorrow is Amazon Prime Day, so I've been, celebrating. It's like last week was a holiday, now this week's a holiday. Like, who knows what next week is gonna have in store for me? No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I was just getting, um, I've just been like shopping kind of like all day. It's been bad. So, um, let me backtrack a bit. Last week, my AC unit kind of broke ish. It was just clogged and I needed to get it cleaned. And I've had like 3 people come and the third person finally got it cleaned, so I was really happy about that. Um but it was just like an absolute mess, and like my first friend, the first person who came, he also helped with like my garbage disposal, and then my garbage disposal started um malfunctioning, started leaking, so I was like, "Oh boy, this is lovely." Yeah. So, fortunately, Prime Day came and it saved the day because I was looking at garbage disposals, right? I know, fun conversation, fun topic. I was looking at garbage disposals, looking at Home Depot, they were like 140, 150. I was like, "Gross." The second person who came to help with the AC, I told him, um oh, there's more people watching. You just don't know. There's more people watching. I can see how many people are watching. Hey, how's it going, Rocky? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, we're just out here talking about our weekends, our past weeks, any notable things. But yeah. So second guy who came to fix my AC, he also came and looked at my garbage disposal. And he was like, "Yeah, you got to get a new one." So, but he said that you could just go on Amazon, they should be cheaper. I was like, "Oh, snap." So I looked on Amazon. I don't know why, like, it's just weird to think that you can buy these things on Amazon even though you could buy, like, literally everything on Amazon. It's just weird when it comes to, like, home appliances, but I guess technically you can. So, and they were cheaper. I was about to buy this one by Moen for, like, 89 bucks, and I was like, "Let me hold off. Let me" for whatever reason, let's say, like, let me just wait. Like, maybe Prime Day, there might be some kinda sale, because I wasn't really in a rush to buy a new garbage disposal. But the Moen one was 89 bucks, and, like, the InSinkErator, like, if you ever looked at literally any sink and you saw, like, in the drain where it says, like, InSinkErator, um, it's the garbage disposal. It's, like, the garbage disposal brand. So, the InSinkErators were, like, 120. So I was like, "Okay, they're definitely cheaper than they are in Home Depot, so this is good." So I waited, and the InSinkErator one that was 118 was 81 bucks today, so I was like, "I am copping that." Just ninjas. Exactly. Definitely more than 2 people watching. Yeah. Well, we're streaming on different platforms, that's why. But yeah. Um, yeah, so I'm happy about that. So I'm I sound so freaking adult, but I am looking forward to my garbage disposal coming. It's so exciting. I do plan on, like, getting my kitchen done though, but that's gonna be a whole other project in and of itself. Stonks. I know. Apparently Prime Day apparently, like, there's better markdowns on Prime Day than Thanksgiving, like, or Black Friday or whatever. Hey, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, cool, cool, new people, new people. But yeah, so I've been, like, preparing for this Prime Day. It's kinda sad, but whatever. It brings me joy. I put, like, some headphones in my. Mm, mhm, uh, no, hacienda como. Sorry, I don't really. Compa? What's he saying? Sorry, I don't really speak Spanish. Guess, what am I? I love to pretend I know Spanish. I mean, you fooled me. I mean, and to answer your question, this is what I'm doing. I am doing this. Black Friday does seem like it's not as good with each success. Yeah, I agree, Rocky. I definitely agree. Like it's definitely getting way worse. It sucks. 'Cause like Black Friday used to be so exciting. Well, I never went to like any of the stores at midnight. I unfortunately had to work Black Friday, and it was like the first year when it was like when the stores were open on Thanksgiving. It was my first time working in retail, and it was like the first time where yeah, so I was working at Best Buy, and it was just I don't know, like it's just like over exaggerated. Granted, like they had everything pretty like orderly, so there wasn't any like pandemonium, but it was really stressful because you're here at like midnight or 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. or something, just so people can like look at some deals, and the deals are just kind of like meh, you know. It's like you could have just been at home. Um, you could have just been at home, like with your family and all that. And now you decided to come to the store to see if there's going to be something slightly cheaper. But I'm glad that we have, the internet. Yeah, yeah, I guess not. um, like I'm glad that we have the internet though, because we could just buy everything online. And I do love Prime Day because it makes other things cheaper, like Best Buy and everywhere, and also Home Depot. Like they have deals. Like I was just curious, and I looked at Home Depot for deals for the holidays, and we fight for bargains during the. Right? Yeah. Oh my goodness, that part, Chad. For real. For real. For real. And maybe it's for the better. The, but people used to get killed in Trump. I know. I know, man. That was just that was just upsetting. I'm confused. What do you mean? Yeah. But yeah, no, like I do not recommend any that's like I feel like it's weird because like I definitely purposefully do not go to stores on Black Friday because A, I know it's gonna just be pandemonium mess, and B, it's like I know that none of the workers really want to be there. But it's like you kind of have to like support in a way so they can have a job, but it's not like me. It's not like, I'm going to be the one that's going to be, be the purchase that keeps their job. And that's even if I buy something. I don't mind shopping at Black Friday when it's like not, early as hell in the morning, when it's like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon and like the craziness has died down. It's, it's nice because like there's still some deals and like sometimes there's even like more markdowns because like they're really trying to get rid of stuff. But other than that, but fortunately, the gods gave us Amazon Prime Day, and now we don't need Black Friday. And you could check on like Best Buy, Home Depot, other places, clothing stores, especially. Like I've been getting a lot of texts from Express. Like, I mean, I always get texts from Express, but I'm definitely getting a lot more because of this because everywhere wants your money. And like they know a lot of people are just going to spend their money on Prime Day. But yeah, but I did get some stuff for like my desk setup. So I'm excited for that because I'm really trying to like clean my desk because there's just, I mean, y'all can't see it fortunately, but there's just like a lot of cords and it's just messy. Like my XLR cable, for example, because I bought it in a bundle with the audio interface, the XLR cables were like 25 feet. And I'm like, I don't need that probably ever in my life. So hopefully one day I'll get like shorter XLR cables, but I'm also getting like a mic arm like boom. So I'm gonna have like a really cleaner setup because this thing is nice, like my mic stand, but I feel like I have to be like so close. I wish it could kind of just like come out to me so I could sit back. I mean, I don't know if you guys can still hear me well enough. Hopefully, I mean, I'm sure you guys can hear me, but now it just probably sounds worse. I don't know. I guess I'll listen to it back. But yeah, yeah. Have you guys bought anything for Prime Day? Let me know. Are you going to buy something for Prime Day? Because tomorrow's also Prime Day. So that's exciting. Like I have some stuff that I'm, waiting on for tomorrow because I know it's gonna go on sale tomorrow. But yeah, I don't know. I'm usually not that excited about Prime Day, but I was just happy because the garbage disposal was on sale. Oh man, like y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. It just one of the sucky things about being a homeowner. Yes, definitely. Definitely look. Definitely look. Ooh. I'm getting a kitchen counter thingy so I don't have to bend down to chop on a shitty IKEA table. Oh, right, because you're tall. Okay, nice. How short was that table, Chad? Like, I've never liked IKEA. I should look at them again for certain things. Like, I do wanna redecorate and rearrange my bedroom here because A, I feel like it looks kinda boring, and B, I do wanna bring the TV I have in the living room into here and then hook up all my video game consoles to it because maybe, hopefully, it'll get me to actually play video games because I've honestly just been slacking because I only have one TV, and I just use that to watch TV. I'm usually eating food and watching TV in front of the TV, and I'm never really wanting to play video games because, I have Netflix or HBO or something, so there's no commercials. It just keeps going on and on and on. Good garbage disposal. I don't have one right now. Yeah, garbage disposals. That's where it's at. I know. I do want art on the wall. That is definitely something I'm trying to do. That is no, for sure. Trying to think like what I want though. Like, do I want something like nerdy or artsy or both? Something to represent me. Yeah, IKEA is from Sweden. And I know that they specialize, like their furniture is good for like small spaces. So that's definitely a plus, but I just never really liked IKEA though. I mean, I've only been there once, so I can't even lie, but I don't really have much to say about them. It was just, I guess, like other furniture stores, I thought it was going to be like a quick in and out, like going to like El Dorado or City Furniture, Rooms to Go, or Ashley Furniture, which I guess is like City Furniture, but I don't know, they just have Ashley in the name for some reason. And I thought it was going to be pretty easy, just in and out, but no, it's like a whole, I don't know, it's like a whole jungle gym. It's a whole maze. Yes, I know that there are arrows on the ground. They still weren't helpful. It was just so much. I see how it's good for people like first-time home buyers. You go in as a couple and you go and pick out everything to really buy and build everything for your home. But it is just way too much. I feel like Rooms to Go is kind of perfect because they really just have like the room set up. So Room to Go. Or you could remove the bookcase and put a spotlight behind you so people think you're an angel. I am thinking about getting like a light. Like I have this light, which is just sad. It's on a it's sitting on a cooler. That's how I'm living. And that make it red. I can't actually I think I can actually make that red because that's actually a smart light now. Let me try. Hey Google, turn
Okay, changing the light 3 to red.
All right, so now that's red. Wow, definitely gives like a different definitely gives it a different vibe. That's hilarious. Now it just looks more sinister. I mean, I guess red is kind of the color for relationships, but now it's just like more sinister. Oh my gosh, this is so random. This is so random. Yeah. Yeah, no. I don't know where my like yeah, you guys haven't told me what you're thinking about getting for Prime Day though. We'll change to different colors on each stream depending on your mood. That would be hilarious. Depending on my mood. But like my mood changes throughout the stream though. So that's gonna be kind of hard. Like that would be kind of hard. I don't know how I'm feeling right. Like I don't know because now the red is making me feel some type of way. Yeah. Like I've never like looked at the room. Like I just always have it like to incandescent because it's just the most basic of lights. Yeah. It's funny, like the type of colors that you can pick. Like I was like I've played because I have smart light bulbs in my bedroom and sometimes I'm like, hey, change it to olive. It'll change it to I guess whatever it thinks olive is. It's like change it to red orange, change it to orange red, and it's actually different. Change it to yellow green, now change it to green yellow, and it's just it does change. It does it's a different color, and it knows. Mhm. Blue room L and green room L will be super chill. Red room L today for all the smoke. Oh man. Yeah, and the light is like bouncing off the ceiling. Like, yeah, never. I mean, this is like a good way of knowing like where the light bounces and everything. That's actually important. Are you really? Are you really colorblind, Chad? You told me to make it red. It's red. This is what red looks like. I don't know what to tell you. Uh, yeah, like it does look pretty cool. Yeah, let me try some other colors. Let's have fun with this. What's another color? Let's try blue if it's a chill day.
Changing the light 3 to blue.
Oh, okay. I know that like color blindness is more common in men than women. So that's okay. That's good to know. Purple and blue are indistinguishable. Hey! Welcome, welcome. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. We are talking about pretty much just life, like in the past week or so. How was your 4th of July? How was everything? How's your weekend? Your week? Any awesome stuff happen? My favorite color is red. And I'd say green is probably a close second. I'm starting to like green. You don't really see it often. I'm thinking about making my kitchen green, like the what's it called? Like the cabinets, like a light green. I'm gonna be friends. I hate red. Why do you hate red? The reason why I like red is because I don't know, just not really a popular color. Not like I mean, I guess you hate red, but I don't know. A lot of people just like blue. Funny enough, my phone case is actually blue. For what you can see, I've had this phone for several years, so it's worn out. So the case is pretty much black and blue. I like purple too. All right, let's make it purple. Red's cool cousin, literally. That is true. So apparently, like this is, I don't know how true this is. I don't really think it is. I think it's just a coincidence. But apparently, blue links turn purple because you read it, and blue and red makes purple. So when you when you read the link, when you read it, it turns purple. Not sure if that was on purpose. Not sure if that was just a coincidence, but I don't know. I enjoy it. I enjoy the pun. Oh, I already. What if one day everyone woke up as rainbow colors? I wonder would people realign their groups based on color or all the previous categories? I wonder would people so like our skin was rainbow colors, you mean, Rocky? Like we woke up as rainbow colors. Okay. I wonder what realign their groups based on. What's your political view on the upcoming presidency 2024, I think? Yeah, next year will be I think between now and then there's going to be like some special elections, of course, throughout the country. So wherever you are, definitely pay attention to those, like especially local elections, because those are incredibly important and oftentimes overlooked. I don't know, 2024. I don't know. I think it's going to be an interesting shit show, as were the other couple of presidencies. That's too far out. Hey, welcome, welcome. Yeah. Um. I'm not American, so elections are just entertaining. Yeah, I hear a lot of people from different countries say the same thing. It's it's not entertaining when you live here. It's kind of like, here we go. Oh, grab your popcorn. Oh, that's funny. That is funny. Hold on a second. Oh, yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, I heard. Yeah. Have you lived in Egypt your whole life? I woke up blue, you woke up yellow, Chad woke up green, so have I culture, nationality, etc. Oh, okay. I thought like I thought you meant like literally like rainbow. Like we just had like all the colors. um, like you woke up yellow, Chad woke up green. Would we still identify? I mean, if like everybody in the world woke up like just drastically different colors, um, like how would we be? This election is going to be a train wreck, which is why we need a real America. Amen. Amen to that. Like, if everybody, I mean, this is interesting. Let me highlight this again. Sorry, guys. Like, because like if we just woke up, tomorrow and we're all just like drastically different, like extreme colors. Like Chad was green, I was yellow. Like I was like yellow, like the shirt, just yellow. If ev- well, if everybody just woke up like that, I don't know. Like I feel like I think I would go to the ER, and then I guess when I saw other people just drastically different colors there, I would because I don't think I would just immediately look at the news. I guess I'll look at social media and I'll probably see, just out of habit. But yeah, and I would definitely leave the house just to go somewhere to see if there's gonna be people, like morning joggers or what have you. Check the news, see like what people are doing. Like if we're all just different colors, I'll be like, okay, this is really freaky. um, but would we still identify by culture nation? I think we would still identify by culture and nationality because I don't really think like that wouldn't really change though. because like I'm I'm not really Jamaican because of my skin color. Like I'm not American because of my skin color either. Just, you know, based on a lot of certain circumstances that brought me here, most of them against um my will, not necessarily slavery, but also just my parents meeting and having kids here in the United States. So, but I don't know. I don't think we'd immediately change it, but I do think people would change for sure. Okay, I highlighted this where we need to. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. That is an interesting question. Should remain, but I don't know what future changes might result. Let us sure Egypt has pyramids. People as one. Oh, yeah, I didn't really. Yeah, that would be interesting. That would be very interesting. If all the blue people just kind of congregate together and like instinctually or naturally or societally. Multiple Probably take multiple generations to create. Yeah, I've been to places though. Okay, what places have you been? Yes. I am Jamaican. I stay away from the green people for sure. Why is it because they're jealous? Ah, one of the blue men group wakes up as green, dreams crushed. Oh man, I stay away from the grimaces, the purple people. Good night. Hey, maybe a lot of people. There's green people. It's green screen. Oh man. Yeah, they would not be having fun. They would not be having fun. I'll be a full family of the human race. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. If you had families where mom and dad are purple but the son is teal, I bet they'd get a lot of side eye in public. People wonder what color the mailman or pool guy is. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, true. Hello, Neon Moon Dreams. NMD. Welcome. YouTube chat is peak chat. We are good. Waiting on my co-hosts. Not sure if I should just start the topic. But yeah, overall I'm doing well. We're talking about Prime Day. Well, I was talking about Prime Day because I am very proud of my purchases that are going to come, I guess, later this week. They were actual deals, which is always great. Like it's always annoying when like you think it's like when you're like, I'm not sure if this is really a deal, but a few of my stuff was like actual deals, so I was happy about that. Oh, yeah, an awesome movie. One of the blue men loses his color and was on a quest to regain his color. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, guys. Yeah, y'all. And I don't know, this purple is like it's weird how color really does affect you though, because the red was kind of like intense. The red was a little bit overbearing. I'm not even gonna deny that. But this purple is definitely a lot more chill. Now I'm thinking like if everybody was a different color if certain people who were certain colors would act differently because of the color. Because if any of you are familiar with like color theory, like color does have an effect on us. It's not like accidental why the stop sign is red and the yield sign is yellow, for example. Right, exactly. Like blue. Yeah, exactly. Like blue, but like each color has two meanings. Like is sadness, but also like peace and tranquility. Yellow, I want to say is happiness, but I think it's also like sickness. So yeah, exactly. Yellow and red is used for fast food for a reason because I think those colors are pretty much what fast food is like to eat fast and like leave. I think that's what like they use those colors on purpose. Every social media app, at least for a while, their color was blue. You know, Twitter was blue, Facebook was blue. Um, Google has the word blue, has the color blue in it. Um, MySpace was blue, and blue is like a trustworthy color. So I think that's kind of why they used blue. I mean now Instagram is like a just an assortment of colors now, as is the app's Threads. I don't know if any of you have joined Threads yet, which is the competitor to Twitter. I'm enjoying Threads a lot personally, honestly. Like, I don't know. I have to give it up to to Zuckerberg though, because that was instead of doing Meta, he should have just created Threads or like the whole metaverse rather. No, what does Jeff Bezos buy on Prime Day? My gut tells me he shops at Target. I don't know why, just something about him. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he knows not to get high on his own supply. So he shops at Target. I don't know. For whatever reason, I'm just like I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Target. I'm I know that some people like live and die and swear by Target. I don't hate Target. I just don't feel like I ever have a need to go to Target because I guess I just shop everything on Amazon. I understand like the love and the allure of just like kind of just browsing through somewhere and walking and picking up things, but I have never once went to Target and came home with more things. Like if I go to Target for a reason, I'd come home with what I went to Target for. All the pink people are super nice, kind of empathetic, when in reality those might be the sociopaths. This is such an interesting topic. This is such an interesting conversation. Oh my gosh. No, so, Rocky, do you think certain people will turn a certain color based on their personality and that's why they woke up that color? Or is it completely random? Is it like a Thanos snap random, you're just this color? I have low standards for those megacorps, but don't use slave labor, don't hate the gays. Yeah, yeah. And half the time they can't even do that. No, I agree. But yeah. Ah, man. Yeah. So, yeah, I guess we could get into the topic. So, money and relationships. So we were like Rocky, we were kind of talking about this a bit too, and it was kind of perfect timing because this was something that like we were thinking about talking about anyway. When it comes to, um, I guess like how how money can definitely like affect relationships. Oh, my phone, I left dangerously, not telling what you'll see what's happening. So I have a funny story. I was at like this taco restaurant and I was just like my boyfriend was in the bathroom and I was like just outside just eating, chilling. And this woman, orders her meal, and she's walking past, and she has like a beer in her hand, and she just takes the heaviest sigh. She's like, ah, and like we make eye contact, and she's like, we start laughing, and she goes, I just left Walmart. And I'm like, no words, miss. Like, you don't have to explain yourself like that. That was enough. You definitely need a drink. It's like they just designed Walmart to be really stressful. That's also why Walmart is blue too, because I guess it's trustworthy. And it has a little bit of yellow for, I guess, I don't know, do something fast. Maybe it's cheap. Can't remember what yellow means, but I know that yellow and red is to move fast, like to spend money and move fast. Something like that. But yeah. I think the colors would be seemingly random, but the hidden meaning behind the colors might be their personalities. The hidden meaning behind the colors. So like these would just be brand new meanings for these colors. Like this would be like a color key, like on a map, and it could just kind of mean whatever. Like it wouldn't be like, oh, blue people are chill. It would be like blue people are, I don't know, people who hunt owls. And they just all happen to have that, or they all happen to have a dream where they hunt owls or something. I don't know. I'm just saying random crap. Like, what would be like? Would the hidden meaning just be something completely random, like nothing to do with the actual color or color theory? It's just these people have this particular thing in common with their personality, so they are this color. Might it's your hypothetical. You don't know. I love that we're building this world because it is interesting. This is a very interesting hypothetical pretend world. Like it really does make you think. It really does make you think. But yeah, so money and relationships. Hi guys. No, I love you guys. I love you all. So, how should I start this? Like we all heard the news about like Kiki Palmer and her boyfriend, and how he was pretty much upset with how she was dressed when she was, what's it called? Getting serenaded by Usher, essentially, at a concert. And I guess like her boyfriend saw some pictures and didn't approve of her outfit, and was like, "You're a mom. You shouldn't be dressing like that." Essentially, it's like, I don't want my wife looking like that, even though they're not married. So it doesn't. It's like, why are you calling her your wife when you're not married? And he seems to have like, and you know how Black Twitter is, like they just find literally everything about you. And so they found stuff about him like just being kind of more so like a Black conservative. And they were very like disapproving. So, but a lot of people are also saying how, because Kiki Palmer definitely makes the money, in the relationship, like he shouldn't really be saying anything. And like if he's out here trying to be like traditional, it's like how can you be traditional if A, you're not married, B, you had a child out of wedlock, C, you make less than her, and D, I think like he works for her or something like that. I don't know. It's a lot of things that I've heard. So I find that to be kind of interesting in terms of like a dynamic, because it's like, did he know who he was dating, like what kind of relationship he was getting into, and did the dynamic of the relationship change because now that she's a mom, he can only see her as that, and therefore she has to look a certain way, for him, like, or he can't see anything outside of that, and like, does he really have say because she like brings home the bacon essentially. But it's like, anyways, I'm trying to create like a conversation. It would be totally random to color through. I might have to write a script off this idea. Yeah, definitely write a script, Rocky, and see how it goes because I am intrigued. I'm very intrigued. I feel like it could be a Wes Anderson film with the colors. Yeah, exactly. Like he just like he tweeted that. It's like why? It's like I don't want my wife doing that. It's like, well, congrats, she's not your wife. So like you got what you wished for, I guess. Look at that. Like why wasn't this controller? He shouldn't be saying controlling weird, insecure shit to a person he loves. Having the money doesn't entitle him to be a controlling asshole. Well, he doesn't have the money. Supposedly. Like I don't know anything about him, but like probably more than likely she makes more money than him because she's does a lot, like a lot of stuff. But like I know that money in relationships definitely can be used as like a form of manipulation. And like, like there will be people who will be like, "Oh, I bought your like, okay, I bought your cell phone and I put you on my plan and I pay for the plan." And then they feel like they're entitled to take your phone because it's technically their phone, even though like you gave it to them and like you said that you would pay. Like like that could be, used as a form of like manipulation and, especially like in terms of like controlling with money. Also, a lot of people, usually women, where like they might be in a relationship where they're totally dependent on their partner. They may have a child, they may have like a home together or something, and they might be financially dependent on the partner, and the partner may be using that as a way to like pretty much like manipulate and take advantage of the other person. Abuse them, make them feel like shit because they're not financially providing for the relationship for the household. That is one thing, but he should have kept it between them. I don't know. I wholeheartedly disagree with this, Rocky. Like these days, society says that money doesn't matter, so I guess like money definitely matters. Like I don't know who is saying that. I guess it's the same people who are saying like money doesn't buy happiness because it sure as hell does. I don't know what people are talking about when they say it doesn't. Um, like, where was I going with this? Like, I was having this conversation. So remember probably like a month or two back, and I kind of wish Toby was on because we kind of spoke about this, where he's at. Um, yeah, like there was a couple of months back, there was what's her name? Ebony K. Williams. I think we briefly mentioned her on a previous live stream. Anyway, but like she said something like she got viral and famous ish. I guess she was famous in her circles. I never heard of her until this moment where she was getting interviewed by Ilana or like somebody. She's getting interviewed by some older black lady who's has her own TV show and is famous. And the woman, and she was asked, Ebony K. Williams was asked, like, would you date a bus driver? And yeah. And she goes, if he owns the bus. And that was like controversial. That was a controversial statement. And I was having a conversation with I think it was Gil actually. He was saying how he's having Like, so I was having a conversation with I believe Gil, and we were pretty much saying like it wasn't like what she said wasn't like what Ebony K. Williams said wasn't really like controversial. Like if that's her preference, that's her preference. Like if she dates someone who owns the bus, if she like okay, that's fine. But people were saying, especially black men, were like really upset because like I don't know, like reasons. I think Ebony K. Williams dates a white man, if I'm not mistaken. But she went on the Breakfast Club and pretty much said like some messed up crap, saying like I think she said something like if you date a black man, it's kind of like dating below average or dating average. And then she went and tried to like define what average means, and I'm like, come on, like you're wrong for that. Like you can't just be out here like saying like, oh, you're dating below average or dating at like that has connotations. Like you can define it all you want, but you understand the connotations of saying that like an entire demographic of people is just like the entire like demographic of man is just average or below average. But the main point that I was trying to drive at is that money is literally everything. Like, let's be honest. Y'all are watching this now because you've paid your internet bill. Y'all are watching this now because you paid your electric bill. You need both of those things, at least if you're watching it like on a laptop. Well, yeah, because like if you don't, I mean, I guess you could probably be like at McDonald's on their free Wi-Fi, but if you're at home, you're more than likely paid your internet bill and paid your light bill. And you kind of need money to literally do anything. So it's like I don't really find there's like a like I personally don't really see like a problem when there are women who date men for money, because as a woman, I've met a lot of men who are out here flashing their money, who are out here like um like wanting to be like in a relation or just to date because of their money. Like I had a guy who like was interested in me financially dominating him. I'm being serious. Sometimes I think about that because he made a lot of money and I probably should have really taken him off up on that. But like more money definitely makes things easier. But you can't like you can't let that like you can't use that to control people. I know I kind of just contradicted myself, but you can't really because of the financial domination thing, but that was his idea. But you can't really like pretend that money isn't important when it is like everything. Like you really can't do that. Let me see what both in the wrong. He should have had private convos of what his values are, but he's having child with her, so he knew what kind of woman she was. Um, like I don't know. Like you can't really say you know someone like before and after having a child. Like you for the most part, yeah. I'm not saying like women or people drastically change after that, but sometimes they do. Like there's several times when women feel really disgusted about their bodies after a baby. There's women who have the what's it called? When you get really, really depressed after having a child. I can't believe like the term is slipping me. Like you just like I've heard that Kiki Palmer is like celebrating her body, and it's like, hey, that's awesome. Like I think that's fantastic. I think that's great. But I agree. He should have definitely had a private conversation. Mhm. Right. Yeah, exactly. Like, I was thinking, no, she's an entertainer, so if I saw her kiss someone in a scene, I can't fault her for work. Right, yeah. Said money doesn't define. Yes, thank you. Thank you. So I was like saying like post like PTSD. It's like, no, it's not PTSD. It's like, mm. And you said like money doesn't define relationship though. No, money shouldn't define a relationship, but like money is I think the third reason like out of oh geez. What, okay, I think we're fine. I think sorry, I just got like an error message for a second because I know that my internet's been kind of rocky lately. Thanks, Rocky, for making my internet rocky. But what was I even saying? Like, oh damn it. Damn you, warning sign. You made me lose my train of thought. Is anything wrong with dating someone for their financial status? I do think it's wrong if they expect that same person to also be a morally good person. Yeah. I was having a conversation the other day about how those like those relate like there's been a lot of talk about like Leonardo DiCaprio dating like very young women, or I think Billie Eilish, or like what's her name, like Millie Bobby Brown is like dating somebody. I don't think Millie Bobby Brown's dating someone like that much older, but like when you like there are women who are probably like in like their early 20s dating men who are in like their 30s and 40s, and there's always this discussion about like, oh my goodness, that's so gross. They're just trying to control her. They're just trying to manipulate her. Like, that's possible. It's also possible that these guys just want a young chick on their arm for, a little while. It's possible that these women just want a rich guy to take care of them for a little while. Like, it's very possible that both people kind of know what they're getting into. I understand that when you're in like your early 20s, you don't really like you think but you can't, but you have like no idea. You're not as aware of things, but you're not like a total idiot, you're not just like totally unaware. You might be unaware about a lot of things, but you're not totally aware. So, if she is totally okay, dating a man who's in his 40s or 50s and he's totally fine just flashing his money and just buying her things and giving her things, then there isn't really anything wrong with that. Like, as long as everybody is consenting, nothing like, as long as he's not like manipulating her and abusing her, or you know, but there are like men out there who just want to spend their money on a girl, and like, I have like a sugar daddy sort of thing, or like sugar baby, whatever the heck it's called now. Like that is a thing. It's been around since the dawn of time. So like, you know, like there's nothing really wrong with that. So it's kind of like it is kind of annoying when it's like, okay, you've been only dating young women. What is your end game, my guy? Like that's when it kind of gets problematic, but at least in our opinion, maybe he can do that till the rest of his life. Like that's, I guess, still in a way okay, but it's not really like that big of a deal. I guess it's like one of those things. It's like it's not a big deal until, but like definitely know the warning signs and definitely know what you're getting yourself into, because it might be a little bit more serious than you actually know. Run against the zeitgeist, like, yuck. Oh, that's funny. Yuck, they're yum. Like it, like I get it. Like it is, it is kind of, I don't know. Like I wouldn't be able to get past their looks personally. I mean, shoot, like there are some older men who do look very good, like like in like like their 50s and things like that, 40s and 50s. Like I mean, like Tay Diggs, I don't know if he's engaged or his girlfriend is like I think she's like 5, 6 years older than me. And like I don't blame her. I mean, Tay Diggs, he's I think in his 40s or something like that, like late 40s, I think, early 50s. I mean, actually, Tay Diggs, how old is he? He's 52, and he looks absolutely incredible, and I would totally date him. And his girlfriend is like somewhere in her 30s. I think that's, you know, I mean, if you think about it, that's over a 10-year age difference. But like when you're in your like late 20s and especially in your 30s, like dating someone who's like 30 years older than you, like there really isn't like that much of a difference. If you're 30 dating somebody that's 60, it's like, yeah. Like I have a friend, I mean like she's like in her 40s though, but she looks like she's like in her early like late 20s, early 30s, if that. Like she's just very fit and just like yeah, just like on it. And she says that she likes dating grandpas. And I'm like, that's an option for her. Like she can do that. Like, like go on, girl. Like you're in your it's like I guess it's what yeah, I think that's just kind of funny to date grandpas. Like that. Oh my gosh. But that's not that bad though. That's not that bad, Chad. Like if she's in her 40s and he's like in his 60s, like you can be a grandpa in your you could be a grandpa in your 50s. Like it's not even that crazy cuz like if you had your kid at 25 and then they had their kid at like 25, then you'd be 50 and then you'd be a grandpa. Mm, I am the age difference. My whole existence. No, it's true. It's true. It's true. Oh man. But yeah. Let me think. Damn it, I really wish I remembered what I was gonna say. Whatever. I mean, probably if I continue talking I'll remember. There was also the whole thing with Jonah Hill and his, I guess now ex-girlfriend. I know that Rocky and I were talking about it. I've spoken about this with like a couple of other people. Like, I understand, I like it is weird putting like your business out on social media, especially when you have like a massive following, especially if you are famous or if you're dating somebody who is famous. It's definitely like a lot different. I guess like with Jonah Hill and his ex-girlfriend, like I don't know if it's really about money per se, but it's more so like in terms of just like celebrity and fame and how, just like like how like manipulation and control could be phrased in different ways. Like his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend is like a professional surfer and Jonah Hill was upset that she had pictures up of her in a bikini on the beach or had male friends, male surfer friends, and like, like some other things. And I guess like, sorry, I don't know why my phone's so loud. And I guess it's like, he was saying that, you're being disrespectful to me or like you're pushing, like, this is like, these are my boundaries and things like that. And I'm like, I don't really know if those are your boundaries per se. Like those are just your insecurities that you're rewording in a way that makes it seem like it's her fault for being hot and works at a does a job that requires her to be in a bikini because she works on the beach because she is a professional surfer. Said by everyone that I'm here for a good time, not a long time, and a relationship are like that. That's true. I feel like that's just been like, let me bring this up again. Like that's kind of just been the case a lot in terms of relationships, like and dating, and it's really sad because you shouldn't really live like that. You shouldn't just live with like, oh, hit it and quit it. Let me just do something like, let me just get in and get out sort of thing because establishing real true relationships, not even necessarily romantically, but also friendships, things like that is very important to the important to you, like just to society in general. So I'm just like it really does sadden me, like just the direction that we're going as a society, because it doesn't look like it's getting any better. But not to say that it's bad if you're just here for a short time for like a little bit. If you're here for a good time, not a long time. Sometimes that's okay. But to do it for your whole life or just to feel that you're never ready for a relationship is just, it's just kind of bad. Yeah. But yeah, no, chat. Let me know what your thoughts are, what your opinions are when it comes to like I guess um like the whole dynamic of I don't know, where couples are saying like what you can and can't post online or like what you can and can't wear. That Surfer Jonah situation seemed really fishy on her end from the jump. Is it because like she's the one who posted the screenshots? That's why it seemed fishy on her end. I don't know because I don't really know the whole situation. I I don't know if she posted it online as kind of just like a I don't know, like it's kind of like a warning to be like, "Hey y'all, this is Jonah Hill for real." And I'm tired of pretending like it's not sort of thing. Or if it's like I don't know if that was like kind of a way for her own protection because maybe her friends were saying for a long time that he's very controlling and manipulative, and maybe him saying like, "Oh, there's only certain friends I allow you to hang out with," maybe because he is charmed them. So like the ones that he hasn't quite charmed, he's like, "No, those are bad friends for you, so I don't want you to hang out with them." That's a massive like abusive manipulation tactic that abusers do because when you can see right through them, they're like, "Yeah, no, I don't want you hanging out with them. Like you can hang out with these people, but like I don't know." Like we don't really know enough from the text, so I don't know if she like shared that as a way of kind of just putting him on blast. I don't know if she shared that as a way of just like protection for herself. I don't know if she was just curious. It's like, is this normal for you guys? Or like, well, she was kind of like calling him out though when she did that. If I recall correctly, when she posted it on her stories. But I don't know. There's a lot of unanswered questions because it's not really our relationship. But I don't know. Like, I just personally think it's weird to be like, it's like, hey, take down these pictures because I don't know, they're too revealing and they're making me uncomfortable. It's like you can't control every situation that your girlfriend is in. You're gonna first of all, you're gonna go crazy. You're gonna go crazy. Second, there's never gonna be there's never gonna be a moment where, like, you're totally fine with everything that's going on. There's always gonna be something. Like, how I see it is, like, when it's like, let's say your partner is going on a diet, and to help them with their diet, you decide to, like, or actually, no, you're forcing your partner to go on a diet, and you're going to go and burn down every McDonald's, Burger King, fast food restaurant in, like, a 5-mile radius. It's like, that's not gonna help. That's not like, there's always gonna be something else to do in order to keep this person on track with the diet that you're forcing them on. It's like, they're gonna have to make that step if that's what they want. Like, you have to accept them for who they are and how they look or what they do or whatever, and you can't just try to change it because who they are just, I like, makes you feel some type of way. Like, if you feel like, "Oh my goodness, I feel like this my significant other is, like, so fat," or, "I feel like my significant other is, like, so much hotter than me," or, "I feel like everybody's looking at us." It's like, no, you can't control that, and even if people are looking at you, maybe they're looking at you because y'all are the shit. Maybe they're looking at you because they wanna beat you. It's up to you if you wanna handle it or not. Something like you and me date, break up, and then I go to your job talking about you did the color blue or ever because it's a boundary for IDL. I go to your job talking about you. Eee, I don't like, yeah, you would. Like, that would be really messed up, but, like, I don't know, cause it's kinda like it's kinda like now I'm embarrassed and I'm gonna find out something about myself in this moment. Like, yeah, it's kinda like, "Yo, this is incredibly messed up," but if I wasn't listening to you or because you wanted to wear blue, and I was just like, "No, no, you can't wear blue," and it's like, you know, it's like now I gotta, like, come to terms with, like, maybe I need to get over this weird fear of Rocky wearing blue. I guess, like, that's how I would interpret it. It was like I would be like, "Yo, it must have been something really bothersome and extreme that you had to come to my job to do that. Like, I've never seen you act like this before. This must have been something kind of extreme." That's how I would think. 'Cause like, "Oh, this was more serious than I thought. I'm very embarrassed. You are, you know, I don't know how you could be feeling, but you have to be like, you would have to just be over it. You would have just had to been so over it to actually come to my job and tell everyone that, like, I did not want you to wear blue because I had this boundary about it." That's true. She didn't go into the studio and talk for, like, some execs. Like, she she just, like, she posted on Instagram, which is, public and bad, and it had, like, his name and his picture, but it had to because, like, it had to be, like, definitive proof. But what pisses me off is, like, when people are, like, trying to support him. It's like, "Yeah, he's trying to put up a boundary and you didn't and, like, you called him out on it." It's like, I don't know, because, like, I think the particular boundaries he was asking were just very controlling and manipulative. Like let's say that if I had a boundary, like, let's say you wanted to, you know, I don't know, go to a restaurant kinda late at night, like a club or something. And I was like, "No, like, I'm trying not to drink right now, so I'm gonna be tempted to drink." So, like, that's, like, my boundary. Like, you're gonna f like, you might be like, "Oh, no, I don't really wanna go alone, but I still kinda wanna go." So, like, you might feel, like, awkward and weird, but, like, if I don't want to drink, I'm not necessarily stopping you from going to the club, but if I'm like, I don't want you to drink because it makes me feel some type of way, then I feel like that's where it's different. It's like it's like when they say like the freedom of my fist ends um what does it say? Like the freedom of my face, like freedom of my fist ends where your face begins or something. Yeah, like the freedom of my fist ends where your face begins. Something like that. Like, yeah, I have the freedom to like, move my body and punch and do whatever I want, but like I shouldn't be doing that and hurting you at the same time because now I'm like encroaching on you. Mm. It's over. I only support that kind of stuff if it's actual abuse and you're warning others about a crime. Hmm. Language of abuse is too black and white, is innocent and abuser instead of regular people sometimes being controlling or having unhealthy boundaries. You really think the language of abuse is too black and white? Or isn't? Is the language of abuse is too black. It's innocent and abuser instead of. I definitely go into that more, Chad. There are real abusers, obviously, but lots of in between cases. Yeah, I think I don't know. Like I don't think there's really anything wrong with people kind of confronting or being confronted with like their crap. I really don't. Because like it's very easy to like skid around and just continue doing your crap, your mess, and then like nobody knowing. Like for example, not Megan the Stallion, Megan Good. Like Megan Good is currently dating. What is his name? How did I forget it? Jesus, how did I forget his name? That's bad. The black guy who was like in Ant-Man and Lovecraft Country and Megan Good's boyfriend. It's so bad that I know. Jonathan Majors. Oh my god, why I'm so bad at words today. Words are so difficult right now. Must be. Anyway, so thank you. Thank you, Rocky. So I don't know if I highlighted this. I would disagree that just because posting on social media about celebrities is the equivalent of going to their physical office because it always gains traction. There's no real privacy there. So like Megan Good is currently dating Jonathan Majors. And Jonathan Majors, I think, is like currently like awaiting trial for an abuse, like a domestic violence case for his ex-girlfriend. And like it's very concerning because we're like apparently like there's news coming out of him being abusive before, and so like is that okay? Like it's like I don't know, like I don't like I wouldn't date Jonathan Majors. I feel like that like there's already just way too much news around it. um and like I wouldn't want to be in that kind of spotlight, especially with like someone who's like that kind of news, like domestic violence, like a domestic violence case. Like, have you seen Jonathan Majors? He is super buff. He is super strong. Like, he would, like, that would just be that would just be painful. Like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe like the relationship will be fine. And he may just never abuse her. Like that is a possibility. Like maybe he learned. I don't know. Like, but I personally wouldn't do that. Like that just seems very terrifying. Like that just seems like what Chad says. It just seems like bad news. It just seems like bad news all around. Um But yeah, like I want to do that, but I don't think there's anything wrong with like. It's like, yeah, you don't want to air out your dirty laundry, but like some laundry needs to be aired out though, like for the just for the safety and caution of others. Like people always, you know, talk back and forth about how maybe having like a rating system on like dating apps would be good. You know? But it's like, yeah, that's like if everybody was truly honest and like what exactly is even honesty when it comes to like you might think this girl was mean when she wasn't, or you just misunderstood something. You probably thought this man was coming on way too hard when, he wasn't. He was just very excited that you also watched Chainsaw Man, and he just didn't know how to hide his excitement, but you interpret it as like coming on way too strong, and that's negative for you, or it could be something good for another woman, and like so vice versa. So there's no way of like really rating like a dating app, like people on a dating app, even though like it is an idea that like people float but not seriously. But it's like you can understand why they float it, but like you can't really do that. But it's like sometimes you kind of wish that there was like some kind of warning. That's the best example since so far. It looks like the ex-girlfriend was the violent party and it was aided by on-site officers. Oh, God, no. But I get your point. Hence what I said about actual violence, because warning the public about a previous crime can prevent future crimes. Yeah. Yeah. Like, like if there's, like if there's a woman that's like, yeah, I totally get what Jonah Hill is saying. I would totally date him. Like, I don't even use social media, and I know zero men in my life, or whatever. And if it works out for them, it works out for them. It's just that oftentimes, from what I've seen and from what I have, like experienced, never to really like that extent, but I have definitely, like dated a guy who's like, like that. I would say like in that in between of like black and white of like abusive and not. Like he was like there was definitely something where I don't know if I really say like controlling or manipulate, but like kind of. But like I never really like listened to him much. Like it's not like he told me to not do things, but like he just wouldn't really express himself well enough to like I don't know. I can't really like explain it. I did kind of talk about him in one of my podcast episodes. I think it's definitely from the first season. I think it was post college relationships or something. But it's like what these men want, not always, but like what seems to be the case from my experience, from what I've heard from other women, and just also from what I've been seeing online. It seems like a lot of these guys go for like baddies, bad bitches, like these awesome, high achieving, like great women. And then they date the women and like they start to try to control and manipulate them because they essentially can't take the heat. So they try to knock them down a peg. And that's just kind of like what they want to do because they essentially just want to conquer her rather than conquer her, humble her, which is another thing. They say like they want to just humble her rather than um like instead of just like going up to her level essentially, or just meeting her where she's at. He wants to bring her down to where he's at, but he never wants to go up to where she's at essentially. Not saying that only men do this. I know that women do this with men too. It's just from what I've experienced. I've never dated a woman. I've only dated men. So that's really all I can say. Fiance, what is a man? I was like, wait, oh, this is exactly what I mean with the black and white abuse language being limited. This is exactly what I mean with the black. Oh, did I misunderstand something, or did I misspeak? Um, like there is like granted, like we're living in a time that's just very different. Like women are finally able to make a lot of money. Like there are like the dynamics in relationships, like especially gender dynamics are shifting and kind of changing. So it might be different for other people. We're learning a lot more terminology. We're like going to therapy more. We're trying to really dig deep and try to understand ourselves. We're trying to be better versions of ourselves overall. It's just that, like there's still a lot of work to be done. There's still a lot of like undoing to do. Oh, yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I did date someone who was like kind of like in between because definitely between like there's several different forms of abuse. Um, it could be like verbal, manipulative, it could be physical, it could be, like there's just like a massive gray area. And sadly I do think that most of us do live in the gray area. Like let's say white is like the most extreme and then black is like the least extreme, or like just black is just like where you're trying to aspire to be, just zero abuse at all, perfect communication, perfect like listening skills, just everything is just absolutely just to a T, perfect, nothing, everybody's happy, no complaints ever. And white is just absolutely atrocious, terrible, just the worst of the worst of the absolute worst that you can think of. I would say that because the spectrum, I mean, I can't really use the shoulder, so I can't widen it. Um, the, the spectrum. Oh yeah, that's true. My podcast is called The Agreeable Gray Area. You can find it anywhere you get your podcasts. And this is kind of what we're talking. This is kind of what I like to talk about, just like stuff in the middle, because things aren't really black and white. And I would say we probably live somewhere in the spectrum of absolute perfectness, nothing wrong, to like absolute extremeness. Like that's of course we all aspire to be in the black, which is absolute perfect. But we mess up, we misspeak, we misinterpret, we project a lot. Like I'm coming to terms with that personally. Like I don't think my boyfriend and I have ever really gotten into like an argument, but like we have like had conversations. I have had said things that were definitely kind of projectiony, where he might just be sitting down and he might seem kind of sad, or like upset, or but he could be thinking about a million things. He's a multifaceted human being. He's probably just in his head. It may not even be anything. He might just be upset with how like this episode of Pokemon ended. He didn't like that. I don't know. But he could just be in his head, and I'll be like, "Oh no. It's probably like this thing that I did 3 days ago." And he's thinking about it and he's upset, and just like he doesn't even care, like, but I've been finding myself kind of projecting, and I'll kind of like say something. He'd be like, "No, that's not what it is at all." But he is he communicates, he's receptive, I communicate, I'm receptive. We're trying our best. That's all we can do. Good point, L. I think it comes down to personal experience. My experience has typically been the opposite, where the girlfriend's controlling the man. To be fair, I do know a lot of nice. Yes. Ah, yes, nice guys. Yeah, it definitely comes down to experience. Like, I understand that it's hard to you will. I understand that it's hard to, like, especially if, being like a man, a straight man. I understand that it's kind of difficult to I don't know if it's like if I'm saying the same things that you experience, but on the other side, like, on the opposite end, it's like, "Yeah, it's not." I understand the whole, like, "It's not men that do this, like, it's women, like, what are you talking about?" It's like, "Well, it's because you date women and I date men, so I don't really know." And I know a lot of great women, but you have never dated any of these women. I've never dated any of these women either, so I have no idea how they are in a relationship, 'cause that's totally different. So, yeah. Like, the funny thing is that the more I, like, learn about this kind of stuff, the more I talk about it, the more, I hear about it, it's like I really start to realize just how similar men and women are. Like, of course, there's, like, differences, I feel like a lot of them are societal, but we're a lot more similar than we think. But, yeah, it's just, like, looking at the time now, I don't know where the heck my co-hosts are, but I I think I'm gonna have to, bring this stream to an end, though. This is weird, I guess I just okay. It's 11 o'clock. Well, it's 10:59, we can count down to 11 like it's New Year's like it's New Year's Eve. Um, but it's pretty much 11 o'clock. We got work tomorrow, we got bills to pay. I don't know if any of you have bills due on the 12th, but if you do, that's tomorrow, so you gotta look into that. But yeah, we got work in the morning. We gotta get sleep. But as always, we definitely love you guys. This has been an interesting stream, though. It's like, who would have thought, But I don't know, Rocky. If we wake up all different colors, like, will we be humans? Like, we might just start picking on the pink people. Like there'll just be politics all of a sudden saying that we hate pink people now. It'd be funny if like Republicans ended up like a lot of them ended up turning blue. That'd be absolutely hilarious. Oh man. I yeah. No, it's no, like it's always great. On on her back on her back on her back on. Yeah. But as always, we love y'all. Definitely hit us up in the Discord. Let us know of any ideas you like us to talk about. I don't know, pray for my other two co-hosts because I actually don't know where they are. I hope they're okay. I'm sure they are. They probably just had a long day and probably had to go to sleep. I don't blame them. Freaking pink people. Oh man, y'all, y'all are awesome. Y'all are amazing. But as always, I gotta run. Love you all. We'll see you on the Discord, and next week will be another topic about the bigger generalization and how money really affects people. I'll ruminate on some topics. Yes, thank you. Definitely. As always, y'all, we'll see y'all next week.